I know.
So that's good.
Whenever she's able to hop on. Hello, everyone. I'll tag Ouchie. Welcome to a kind of random Ouchie. Okay. Welcome to kind of a fun D&D session. We're not going to be playing the campaign directly. We're going to have a little bit of a hangout here. If you guys have questions, feel free to toss them in the chat. But the group is going to start working a little bit on some of the campaign stuff as they get ready for the next session. As I told them beforehand, kind of ominously, there's a question that I have to ask them, which determines a lot. So I think they're getting ready. Grim already answered yes.
42.
Johnny answered 42.
Well, when someone asks you if you are a god, you say yes.
I'm saying my answer is Kegheim.
And Ouchie is looking up MegaCon listings. Which, by the way, if you guys
Well,
are...
I mean, Astarion's gonna be there, so.
I know. I'm waiting to see...
Who's going to be there now that she's going to stalk?
Oh, she's stalking multiple people, but...
I know that, but like, is there a new person? Or...
Well, Astarion, the guy that plays the voice actors for Astarion in Baldur's Gate 3, he's actually showing up now. Thank you, Johnny.
Yep. Well, not if Ouchie gets to him first.
I know. But yes, I'm working on the streaming for this channel. I just need to get into February. This month has been
Ouchie will show up with a
horrendous.
car with a huge trunk. She'll go home with
If
about 14
only.
different people.
Poor Ouchie, she can't leave. That's the thing. Ouchie's not, like, able to leave North Carolina. So, we'll have to make sure she's able to vicariously do stuff through us when we do this. But let's get a quick introduction on the guys and then also the characters that they normally play as we start some discussions and Q&A and stuff like that. So, let's start off first with Mr. Johnny.
Played as Reed Tealeaf, halfling rogue assassin.
Next up is Grim.
I'm playing Drimzal Turin, the party's orc cleric that has a Scottish accent that I can't seem to get into right now.
Don't worry. Don't worry. If any day you don't need it, today is that day. But always with voice ready to go and defend his people, Corinth.
I am King Hadalin Brideaxe, but today, or maybe soon, I am Dread Captain Brideaxe.
It's true. And then she just hopped on. Miss Ouchie.
Hi.
Hi. She plays Ellie. Okay. So a little bit of a different kind of quote-unquote session today. We have some people that weren't able to join, but there is something that I have for them to do, which in the past anyways, they've had fun doing, so I'm hoping they will enjoy this to some extent. But there is a question that needs to be answered first, so we will get to that. But again, we're just kind of hanging out today. As I put in the title, this is kind of pre-episode 78 work. Because once we start with 78, we're going to kind of start jumping into a few things here. But I'll give you guys a little bit of a heads up on what's going to be happening next. And it relates to the question. So, in the campaign, as a little summary, the group had gone into the ship dimension where Cilia was in control and is able to build ships for people. With everything that they had done, they had been granted, I believe it's 320, if I remember correctly, points in order to build their ship, and the points could be applied into different categories, such as size and strength and power, stuff like that. They had distributed their points, and when they had left, the ship was built. They had talked to somebody in the inn in order to get a crew together, and he was working on that and waiting until the next morning. Now, what we had discussed at the end of last session was that there are 5 kind of primary officer positions on the ship. There is the captain, there is the first mate, there is the quartermaster, there is the sailing master, and there is the gunner. So, the question that I have for you all is who is being assigned to each of those roles from the team, if any. Not everyone has to, but the guy you talked to in the tavern said it would be best if you guys were at least in training for those positions. Obviously, you guys are paying a lot to keep the crew, and the officers especially get paid a little extra. So the question is, who is going to be in training for those roles as you go on your first voyage? So I'll let you guys discuss who is going to take which role. So again, the roles are captain, first mate, quartermaster, sailing master, and gunner.
All right, this is going to sound stupid. What exactly are the responsibilities of each?
Sure. So the captain looks over the entire ship, basically. The knowledge base that the captain should have is a little bit of everything. However, they are not looked to do, the work itself. Similar responsibilities go to the first mate, and the first mate is the one that is more responsible for making sure, all different parts of the ship are working. So overall knowledge and decision making, in the stead of the captain, who makes the ultimate decisions on, where to go, what the goal is. First mate would be then filling in on those roles. Sailing master is basically the navigator, right? So they'll be the ones making sure that directioning, coordinating navigation, stuff like that.
What was the name of that one again? That was the sailing mate?
Sailing master.
Master.
Yes. The gunner is going to be responsible for, in times of combat, making sure different people are in whatever positions, strategy for combat, both off ship and on ship. And what I mean by that is, you guys did spend your points. So if you want to make a note, there's another question I want to pose to you guys. But the ship is going to have a total of 14 weapons. There will be 8 on the top deck and 6 on the second deck. So, and on each side, basically 7. So on the top level, there's going to be 4 on one side, 4 on the other. On the second level, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. The gunner is going to be responsible for making sure who is going to be assigned to each of the weapons, who's going to be a backup, stuff like that in case. And then, of course, when I say on ship, so that was defining off ship. On ship is making sure that, if you get boarded, what is the strategy, right? Making sure everyone is trained for combat. So that's going to be the responsible of the gunner. And then the quartermaster is effectively the right-hand man of the first mate. So, and the captain. So whenever orders come in from either the captain primarily or the first mate in his stead, the quartermaster is kind of the enforcer on the ship, making sure everything works correctly, provides support for any decision made by the gunner and the sailing master, making sure people are obeying, stuff like that.
Okay. Are there any beneficial skills with any of these roles?
So, for example, sailing master probably needs some way to be able to navigate, right? So survival would probably be useful for a sailing master. A gunner would be somebody that is more physically combat oriented, right? Because the weapons are going to be like actual physical weapons, i.e. probably not a magic user. You could assign somebody because of their intellect and their strategy, but if you're looking for somebody that's more knowledgeable about the weapons, then you'd be looking for somebody more combat oriented. So it depends on which way you want to go with that one. A quartermaster probably needs to be, someone that can enforce. We do allow intimidation by strength, right? It doesn't have to be just charisma. So you're looking at somebody that can make sure that things are running correctly and enforce rules. And captain and first mate should have good decision making, but also the ability to convince the crew. And that doesn't necessarily mean charisma. There's different ways to go about it, but that's what you're looking for. Thank you, Kitty Yoda. So good to see a new stream out there doing the awful Kitty Yoda. And yes, I apologize. I have not gotten back into streaming this month. It has been an awful month. So, yeah. But yeah, so those are the 5 major officer positions on the ship. So if you want to discuss who would be best in which positions.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How long are we going to be on this boat?
On the boat itself, it is questionable. So what I mean by that is it's about a 2.5 day journey on boat to get to Darktow.
Mm-hmm.
However, you do not know where Peregrine Island is. So it is unknown how long you will be on the water after Darktow. Assuming you go towards Peregrine Island. But, yeah. So minimal, probably 3 days. Well, let's actually double it because you have to make your way back, right? No, it's not a 3-hour tour. So we'll double it. So we'll say kind of like 6 days minimum right now. For kind of 3 days there, 3 days back.
Well, not a lot of time to train. My question is, like, if we're just doing this one thing, we don't have a harbor at Kegheim. It's not a seafaring place.
That's just a matter of time.
You are close to the sea. We've had this discussion before, so
I sent word already over to them.
Apparently, there's nobody in Kegheim right now that knows anything about sailing. So I don't know.
No, there were a couple. I'm having them meet us at the ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one said there weren't people at Kegheim that knew about sailing.
Yeah, I don't know how many, but they're sending a few. So if my luck, we're gonna get, like,
I will tell you right now,
Gilligan.
There were a lot of assumptions made last session, and it made me laugh.
Yeah, so when Gilligan shows up, it's going to be awesome. I did also send word back to Kegheim to start trying to prepare some sort of dock or harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Could have our own version of Pearl Harbor or something. I don't know.
But yes, Kegheim is kind of in the mountains, but it's on the edge, like you can see on the map, and it does have like this little, I don't know what you call it, like a little bay cove type thing, is very close by. So you're correct that there is no kind of harbor or anything set up yet. You guys haven't had anything really aquatic to do with that. Now you do, but you have access to fairly easily build it. By the way, everyone should thank the king for having people that know about something about sea travel in Kegheim.
Thank your king. And I do want to correct, the omniscient voice in the sky. We had 9,000 points, not just 320. I'm just kidding.
That would be great.
I was like, wait, how the hell did you end up with 9,000? I'm like, I didn't scale the point system that way.
Yes, you did. Don't you remember? That was one of the many assumptions made last week.
As for training, that is now since you brought it up, Ouchie, I'm letting you guys all know. So, next session, you guys are going to have a training session before you guys get on the boat.
We're gonna have a montage.
Montage.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Well, Finn, here's my thing. I'm supposed to be like studying my mom's book,
Mhm.
like transcribing things,
Yep.
working on learning, the ancient dwarven runic language.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if I'd
You don't
rather,
have to. So, no, you.
my character-wise, I would rather devote time to that stuff. I
Got
don't
it.
see how useful it is for me to be learning ship things.
Yeah. And that's perfectly fair. So that's why you have people that are going to have these positions, right? The idea is that they will hopefully train somebody to take over those positions, but otherwise, you guys can continue to hire. But the recommendation by the guy you hired is that hopefully at least one person is being trained for all the positions. So that's it.
No
You
one
don't
need-
have to.
No one needs to train me to be in charge. I can be in charge no matter what.
I was born to be in charge.
Okay, so I guess we know who the captain is.
See, that last name, it says Bright Axe. I knew what was going on from the moment I was born.
Okay, so his first thing, Hadlin, I'm guessing you're the captain?
Dread Captain.
Grognar, by the way, does train captain and first mate, so the responsibilities overlap. So
Okay. All right, let's think about this. As far as survival goes, that seems to be the sailing master, the navigator. So, Drum, you feel like doing that, or
Which one was that? Sorry.
basically the navigator, the sailing master?
I mean, that's Drum's got one of the highest survival rolls in the party, so
That's
would
what I'm kind of
makes
leaning on
sense.
you on that. First
and
mate.
he's got advantage on perception.
First mate will leave for a second. I'm thinking the gunner. I'm figuring probably ranger.
yeah, either
What do you guys
you
think?
or Leo probably would make the best choices, but
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not much of a melee. Well, no, I can't say that.
I don't
You
know if
do
you guys
either.
can see that.
You got a black box?
Do you see the icon on there?
Oh, okay. What'd you get?
So actually, this is from Ollie's. So I went to Ollie's today. Ouchie has me addicted on Ollie's now.
What's Ollie's?
So Ollie's is like this discount warehouse. Like they buy all these things for companies that have like lost inventory, bankruptcy, stuff like that, and then they sell these things really cheap. So
Okay, cool.
It's a D&D token case
Ooh,
that is normally like $50. It's currently $3 at Ollie's.
holy cow!
And it's a simple thing, but what it is they give you these sheets of stickers for different monsters,
Oh, nice.
and then
Oh, that's cool.
they give you all the bases. So let me get these out. Like these are all different size bases. So large
Okay.
creature, mediums, and then large creatures and stuff. And you just put the stickers on there, and now you have tokens for your map.
Awesome. They give you enough for every sticker, or
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 of those containers. So I got this because hopefully our final session will be an in-person combat, and I am ready. And it was only
Yeah,
like
really?
$3. I'm like, it's like $3 from 50. Ouchie has me addicted to Ollie's now. I got so much random crap from Ollie's. It's just stupid.
I
They
hear you,
even
bud.
ship, huh?
What's the place?
I
Ollie's.
put the link in the chat.
Yeah. I just pulled up the link. I'm looking now.
Oh,
Yeah.
link in what? Twitch chat?
Yeah, she put it in the Twitch chat.
Oh, it would help if I was in Twitch. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, because, you know.
Got to get those viewers numbers up, Grim. Come on, log in there.
Exactly.
I nominate Ranger for the boat figurehead. You know, the statue that is on the front bow of the boat. Ugh.
Just tie him to it.
Mm-hmm. Tie him up there to attract all the fire.
I'm failing to see a problem with that suggestion. And I'll make sure to cast, light on it every day for a whole year, so he'll be our guiding light for the
Oh,
rest of his life.
holy crap! Why am I getting an
Hello,
ad?
Red.
Why am I not subbed?
Because I
What
haven't
the heck?
streamed. I haven't streamed in forever.
Well, oh, because this is my Prime channel, so it doesn't automatically renew.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't even sub while the ads are on.
You can't?
Yeah, good old Twitch.
Nope,
That's
you
weird.
can't.
Huh.
It's making me log back into Twitch. Where's my authenticator app?
Oh, Grim, I'll just put it in Discord for you.
It's okay.
Gunner.
It's in the gaming crew chat.
All right, quartermaster sounds like it probably should be somebody with some charisma.
Hush, Kitty
Well, man, I
Yoda.
can't-
I'm fine.
I can't be the dread captain and the quartermaster.
I mean, you
Just do everything,
You
Hadley.
could
Hadley,
try,
come on.
but that's kind of the purpose of the captain, anyways, is to be
Yeah.
backup for everything.
I'm not exactly a charisma monster.
I want to volunteer for the away team.
Okay, I'll get you your red shirt.
Mm-hmm. I need a red shirt.
Yeah, Elione and I are on the Kegheim team. We're just gonna wait at home at the Forge of Ages, eat, smoke.
You
Yep.
do have a name, guy? Do I? Do I? Red shirts. They always die. One dies every episode.
Isn't it something weird though, like where blue shirts technically died more often than red shirts in the original series? Thought I read that somewhere.
Actually, I think it was the command officers that died the most. The gold.
Really?
Yeah. I'll have to double check
There was
that.
only
though.
like one. It was Kirk. All right. So what are we thinking then? First mate.
Johnny? Are we voting? Like what?
Well, at
Or
least asking
volunteering?
opinions or.
It's kind of a volunteering thing. Not well. It's more of a group discussion. If you guys want to do a group vote, you
Voluntold?
can. Well,
Well, considering we already have the captain and we have the sailing master here on stream with us, you've already said you would prefer not. So I figure if we put Ranger then as the gunner, and then I could take either first mate or quartermaster, whichever we think is probably more appropriate. Because it seems like the quartermaster is essential to third officer.
the quartermaster, sailing master, and gunner are somewhat equal. status wise. It's captain, first mate, and then the other 3 are kind of all together. Think the easiest way maybe is to say CEO, president, and then vice presidents of different departments kind of set up.
Okay, so we have Gilligan and Mr. and Mrs. Howell left. Who wants to be who?
The closest Ollie's to me is in Lubbock, Texas. It's like an 8-hour drive from here.
Yeah, but did they do mail order?
Do they?
I don't know. It looked like they might have off the website, but who knows?
Maybe
I got
I've never
Big
looked
Lots
into it.
30 miles away.
Big Lots is similar.
I kind of figured it's what it looks like. It's just the nearest one's like 30 miles away. And
The prices of Ollie's I have found is cheaper than Big Lots, though.
It is, but
Yeah.
I mean, in a pinch, it's
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah, I got so much crap from Ollie's. They sent me a 15% off coupon today, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just buying random
Are you
crap.
in the Ollie's army?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Kiss army.
Mm-hmm.
with less makeup.
And an old man leading you. Oh, I guess now that's the same with Kiss.
Well,
I mean, dude, look in the mirror, man.
I know. I am an old man.
I mean, those guys are like 70.
you're the youngest one here.
They're almost 80 years old now.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet I go to sleep before all of you.
Yeah. Well, you are in
Uh,
Florida.
You were not asleep last night early. You were awake late.
No, yesterday and then today I will be too because the Dolphins are playing the Chiefs. So I will be watching the footballs.
It's insulting.
Sounds
what?
like a crotch kick.
And you stay up for football.
Well, I lay in bed and just watch football, and then I like nod off in halftime, and then I think I wake up to the noise of like a whistle or something. So wake up is a relative term.
Throwing a yellow flag at your head while you're asleep.
All right. So we're going to make Ranger the gunner. And then, okay, so who else could then fill the role of either first mate or quartermaster? I'll take one or the other. But who do we think might be better?
So
For one
what
or
does
the
the
other.
quartermaster do again?
Enforcer
the
on the ship,
description.
basically.
What, like security?
No, rule enforcement. Think police.
Oh, I really would have rather have been like Mr. Worf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
There you go.
say.
Do ship. Okay. Ship lingo. Yes.
I don't know. I guess Drom could do both. The sailing master and the quartermaster. Don't make me get off of this wheel.
I kind of like the idea of the one-eyed murder hobbit as the enforcer.
That would be good too.
I will take quartermaster. Who wants to be first mate?
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean that you can't be first mate and the freaking quartermaster at the same time.
Johnny, just do it all.
Can I? I
You
mean,
can-
Finn, you're the one with the ship.
I leave it to
rules.
you.
Well,
You
we're
guys
asking
can
for clarification
multitask
on
if you
that.
want. I don't know what kind of stress that'll put on when the ship is going, but at least in the current phase, you have somebody assigned to each of those, so it's not solely on you, and then you can, reassign later if you wanted to.
Well, I mean, it also kind of fits though with like first mate and freaking quartermaster. You delegate the captain's orders, and if they don't listen to you, you punish them.
You are being punished.
I mean, if I can do that, I guess. I just don't know. Like in combat or anything, like, is this going to be somewhere I'm going to be sprinting irately back and forth to the two halves of the ship?
Whoa, whoa,
or-
whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I've got it. I'll still be the dread captain. Bright Axe can be the enforcer.
Bright Axe first meet.
Quartermaster Bright Axe.
I've heard dumber things.
But then again, I don't want to go around killing everybody that doesn't listen, because I mean, he's pretty harsh with his rules.
Adeline's beard first mate.
Or I just had an idea for you all. So Hadlin can be the captain, Reed can be first mate, right? You have Leo as the gunner, Drom as the sailing master, and then Dromelin as the enforcer. Don't make me get my beard.
Yes. Yeah, he holds on to his belt and say, "Don't make me bring him out."
Oh man.
You won't like me when
All right.
I'm the dread captain.
You won't like me when I'm Hadlin.
All right, I'll take first mate, and then I guess what we got to do is we got to figure out
That's
quartermaster.
my secret. I'm always Hadlin.
God.
Yes.
Ugh. All right, I guess what I'll take first mate, and I guess I can also cross train into quartermaster. I guess.
Okay. So you guys have your positions then, at least
Yeah,
in the current
and when
state.
we get the pools,
Yep.
we can see if they want to take one of one of them wants to take quartermaster.
Got it. So now the next thing. So you guys have in total 34 people on the ship, including your crew. So it's you guys plus the ones that are missing, which is the bard, the druid, and the ranger. So there's 7 of you guys. There are going to be 5 officers, right? So that's 12. So there remains another 22 crew members for the boat. How do you want to distribute those 22 under whose purview, I guess? So you have the quartermaster, who's going to work on maintaining kind of, the order of the boat. The sailing master is looking to get help with navigation, if anybody else needs to be spotting besides just the sailing master. And then the third one is the gunner, those that are ready to take up in particular, the 14 weapons, but if there's any others assigned to protecting the ship from any infiltration.
Well, 14 weapons.
So I'll give you guys this too, so then you can just kind of work in this with the next part as well. The 14 weapons. You can tell me which ones you want. There are ones that fire basically giant arrows, and there's another one that fires cannons.
Scorpions.
Yeah. So the one that fires the arrows is going to be dex based to fire. The cannons are going to be strength based. The cannons are going to do more damage on the front. The arrows have an ability to penetrate and do more damage internally. They'll, of course, pierce the outside of the opposing hull, but then do some more damage on the inside. So, 2 questions.
Are these based off of the stats of the user or of the ship?
The damage, and there is a bonus attack to each weapon, but the ability to utilize it is going to be based on the user.
Now,
So-
here's a question for you. With like the cannons and stuff, there is like different ammunition.
Mhm.
Have you taken those into effect as well?
So most of the ammunition is just going to change the damage, at least the way I'm going to work it, is that it's going to change more of the damage than the way that it's fired.
Okay.
So
because there's like what, grape shot and
Mhm.
chain shot. And...
Yeah. So for the cannon fire, the reason strength is going to be the primary attack attributes because you have to stabilize the cannon when it's fired, right? Aiming is fairly generic, but it's more about keeping it steady. There's more of a precise nature to firing the scorpion and getting the arrow to hit its target. So the reason I bring that up, first question, how many of each do you want on the ship? Because I'm building out the ship, so I want to know how many you want of the scorpions or the arrow launchers, and then how many do you want of the cannons? And then the second, outside of your group 7 and the 5 officers, you can customize the remaining 22 crew members. They are level 9 crew members. Make them how you will.
You mean like make sheets for them?
Yep. I'll set them up in Roll20. You can automate them in Roll20 if you want. You can manually set them up. But you have a general idea of how the ship should run, right? So you have this, at least the 14 weapons that should be addressed with some dexterity or strength skill in order to correctly fire them. But then you'll want support for maintenance of the ship and for helping the navigation. Plus any backups on the ship for helping with the weapons, stuff like that.
And it's based off of their stats.
In part, yes. Ellie, I just saw your note, Ouchie. Thank you for the sub, by the way, Ouchie.
It's a good name for a pirate. And it fits her.
Mm-hmm.
Were we supposed to be figuring out something? Guns or
Yeah.
something? Can we have one of those big guns that was on the Iron Fleet ship that took out one of Danny's dragons just in one shot? Like,
You can't have that, but
Amazingly.
maybe you can have the ability to load Leo into a cannon and fire him.
yeah, but that would only be a one-time use.
Well, it depends if he comes
Johnny?
back to you or not.
We need
We
to
could
do
tie
that.
a rope to him, then pull him back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we could reload it.
Make him hold Brightax, so when Brightax returns to you, he brings Leo.
There you go. We haven't thought about like a combo move like that. Like I strap Leo to Brightax, I throw Brightax, and then he just starts shooting his arrows as he's flying at the bad guy. This is like a combo.
Hey, Leo, hold out your hands above your head like you were diving into the water. Okay, I cast hold person on him. Now somebody put him in one of the ballistas. And when he gets out of range of the hold person,
You know, I don't think it
He can
would
do his
quite
thing.
work with Leo, but Reed, you want to try out, going for a ride on Brightax?
There's so many comments to be made. Why would you ask Reed first to go on a ride on Brightax when Ellie is right there?
She's already gone on the ride with Brightax. Come on.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Wow.
That's a secret.
This
Not
isn't an
anymore.
official session. It's still a secret. It's fine.
It's canon. It's canon. All right. Honestly, I would think before we would decide on the layout, ideally, we would know what the crew is. Because if we're still kitting out the ship, obviously if we've got a crew of barbarians that have never heard of dexterity, arming the ship with all ballistas that would require more dex is not going to be to our advantage. Makes sense?
Yeah. Ballistas would work if we could do what they call them, the grappling shots for boarding.
Not necessarily, because you also have to think then layout on the ship. So ideally what you're going to want, the way you sink ships is by putting holes in them below the waterline. So you're going to want more damage as close to the waterline as possible. So your cannon should probably be on the lower deck, the ballistas on the upper deck. This way you can use the ballistas to aid in boarding actions, pull them in. This way you're right there. You can jump on if we want to take a trophy ship. We could probably also try to rig up something where we fire 2 ballistas simultaneously with a net in between them and screw up their crew too. I don't know. I mean, Finn, is that how it would work?
It's much,
Yeah, you
it's
could do
much
that.
easier to recover things from an already still floating vessel than having to swim down, get everything from the sunken ship.
Well, yeah, but I mean, are we now going full on pirate mode here, or like?
Well, no, not just pirate. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's some bounties we can get and sell the ships when we get back to port.
Well, no, the way that we don't have to go and pay this guy like the GDP of Kegheim on a weekly basis is that we're going to make him an admiral. So we need to get another ship quickly.
Well, there you go. There's going to be a shitload of pirate ships that we're going to run into.
Well, yeah, we're about to sail into like Pirate Central, but I don't
the
think we can
first
really
ship
fight
we
our way
meet,
in there.
If we can manage to like commandeer it. Here you go, dude.
I mean, part of it too is, do we have enough crew to even be able to take another ship?
Your ship is going to be sufficiently staffed for a ship, so you
Yeah,
would
but not
expect
for
that.
2.
Correct, not for 2.
So the
But
problem
to
is,
take
when we
over
always stick
one-
Ensign Ricky on a damaged ship and say, "Go with God,"
Right.
like you
Yeah.
know.
You will be
Well,
well maintained to control the second ship or take it over, but then to control it and
but
keep it as separate.
You forget that, I can recrew our ship real quick.
That is a viable option.
Yeah, we
Can
may
we
want
take
to
don't
all
run
the
require-
crew that we've just hired and kill them and then reanimate them?
Or the crew of the ship that we just, killed.
But reanimating all of them is a lot.
Drum is very talented. I don't know if you realize this.
I'm aware.
I mean, I can get, let's see here. I think it's 8 dudes.
I think it's 8 with animate. Yeah, something like that. You
Or
get like a certain number of
where's
points,
the
and
other
you can
one?
do medium something.
All right.
Or
Finn.
10 with an 8 level slot.
Yeah.
Oh God. And then you've got to do that every day.
Or until you just bring it back to a port.
Well, every 24 hours. Yeah, just bring it back to port and be like, oh, okay, guys, see you in the afterlife.
All right, so I guess I would think before we pick the armament of the ship, I would want to know what the crew looks like.
That's up to you.
Well, you would have to go and make the 22 sheets.
Yeah,
Right,
I'll start.
like-
I'll build the 22 sheets and roll 20.
Okay.
Now, here's a question. What, with our ship, what's skeleton crew numbers? If we came down to really bad fight, what's the minimum we could have to get home?
Minimum
There's
to get would be, you probably need at least one person to steer, one person to navigate, 1 to 2 people on sales. I mean, theoretically, if you didn't have any other issues, combat, anything like that, you could probably sail it with about 5-6 people.
Okay. Not that we're going to do that, but that's good to know in case we
Yeah.
end up. Yeah. Why did we pick a fight with a galleon? Or a man of war? Why did we pick a fight with a man of war that had like 30 more guns than we did?
All right, Finn, with this crew, because this could have other implications.
Mhm.
Are they going to be like full sheets? These just going to be like NPC sheets? Like,
You can make them full sheets. I'll give you that as the option. I was gonna do, if I was making them, I was going to do NPC sheets, but I figure it's better. You guys can.
So they get a
make
class, they get everything.
Yep. Level 9.
Oh boy.
See, I told you there'd be some fun for you guys.
Oh boy. I'm gonna need another cup of coffee for this.
I don't know if there's a way for me just to easily give access to all of them at once, but let me see.
It shouldn't be too rough. We could do like a generalized role when they decide to do stuff.
Oh no, Grim, we're doing name and backstory for all these guys.
I'm ready.
Have
Let's
fun
go.
with that.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
ChatGPT is ready to go.
I was gonna say ChatGPT is cheating.
Not cheating.
Not at all. Not if I designed the prompts
Not-
and the person coming up with it.
Not if it's just a crew randos.
Tell that to Skynet.
Okay. So that's 4, 5.
If Skynet is built off my D&D stuff, then I think I'll die happy, man. That would be like achievement something or other.
See, I thought you would have fun with this. I was getting ready to just like NPC sheet them all up, but it seems like it would be more fun for you guys.
I mean, some of us maybe.
I mean, you could design somebody that helps you study.
What's the point of that?
So you can have private tutoring in your quarters. Help pass the time.
Maybe they're a druid that specializes in growing certain, strains.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not growing anything on the ship.
You can.
Not.
No.
Maybe you have a druid that can.
I'm supposed to be learning runes.
It's already ruined.
You're gonna have to get Hadelin out of his private chambers and his beard care alcove that he made. It's gonna be rough.
Well, Catalan's gonna be busy captaining the ship, so too busy.
Okay, so we're gonna have to make 22 characters.
Well, as many as you want. You don't have to make all 22. You make as many of them as you want.
We're making 22
See, I
level
knew
9
that's what
characters.
he was going to do. I knew that. I knew that's what Johnny was going to do.
Yeah. How could you? Yeah. That's what we all expected.
You thought any different? Like,
Finn did, apparently.
No, I'm just saying if you didn't want to. I had a feeling Johnny would want to make all of them, but just in case, I'm leaving the option.
other people can make some too if they want, but
You should have control of the character sheets. I'm making them as we're speaking, but you should see a tab in the character thing for ship crew.
oh, I'm totally changing some of these names too.
Oh, change all the names. These are just the automated
Oh.
ones. I'm just creating the character sheets.
All right. Let's see. All right, I'm grabbing.
Do they all have to be bugbears? Every one of them?
No,
What?
they can be.
Oh hell no!
Well, no, that's what I'm asking. Like, isn't the most of the crew bugbears, or is
No,
that just the
only
captain?
the captain was the bugbear, the one that you
Okay,
hired.
no,
That's it.
that was just my general question. I didn't know like
Yeah.
if his crew was like
No.
bugbears,
No,
basically.
Okay.
it was not.
All right,
Okay,
quick
cool.
question: how many from Kegheim did we get?
From Kegheim, you got 5.
All
And
right.
Is that in the 22?
That is in the 22.
Okay.
The
Okay,
bugbear is
so-
picking people he
5.
knows to be the officers, so those are not going to be Kegheim.
All right, so I'll tell you what. All right, I already opened up Alpha Shwo Gutu.
Why don't you just rename it to like Johnny 1 until you get a name so they know who's claiming what?
Yeah, because they're not all going to be named after like famous naval personnel.
Johnny
Uh,
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you name it like Johnny 1, Johnny 2, those are the ones Johnny can work on, and then you can create other ones for like Corinth and Ouchie and Grim, and they can work on those character sheets.
Can we rename them before we go into the sheet?
Now, is there any like
Yeah,
race limits?
you can.
Where?
So if you click on the character sheet, if you click on edit at the top, you can change.
Yeah, but if I want to use the character mancer, don't I have to go through that first?
No, you can click on edit, change it, and then when you close out of that
okay.
screen, it brings you back to the character mancer.
Okay.
And then what was your question, Grim?
Like race
Oh,
limits or
race wise,
on these, or
it would be more of the base races you'd be looking
So
at. If you want
we-
anything exotic, ask me, but it would be primarily the base races.
22 Azamar?
If you wanted 22 Azamar, you could. I would ask for some diversity, but yes. I have left it to you, so I can't argue at that point.
All right.
okay, one
Corinth.
of them is 6 centimeters shorter than all the others. There you go. There's your diversity.
One has brown hair. All right, Corinth, do you want to make the 5 from Kegheim?
Yeah, I can start with that, for sure. Okay, so I tried to rename one, and now the sheet's just white, Finn. So there's one called Haddle Squire 1, but I don't know, you may have to delete it and recreate it now, because I can't
Can
do
you
it.
name him Billy Squire?
Maybe.
oh my god.
Let's see.
I don't know what I did. I broke it already. I'm good.
All right.
That's why you the captain.
Grim, Ouchie, how many do you want to make?
I just want one Timothy Chalamet lookalike, please.
Go for it.
See? She got her tutor.
Grab a sheet and rename it Timothy Chalamet.
It should load. I think it might be white because somebody else might be in the character sheet, is my guess, Corinth.
Yeah, I don't know if too many people in there is gonna mess things up. Maybe I better just not.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch anything.
Well, that's why if you
Okay.
claim
So-
one, everyone knows kind of which ones you are working on.
Yeah, here, I'll tell you what. I'll go right up here to the top.
But let's
And what
see.
I'm going to do is I'm going to go...
How about just, I see Johnny renaming them really fast. Just let Johnny go through and rename all
Yeah,
of them.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Because the king's food just got here, so he's got to, get to eating some of it anyway, so he might be indisposed.
All right, Ouchie, there's one for you.
Oh, thank you.
She's
All
boy
right.
toy.
In the theme of the adventure, I got a fisherman's basket. So
Fish and chips.
it's it's shrimp and a fish fillet.
Nice.
And blueberry cobbler.
Yum. I just had a bowl of oatmeal. Because that's exciting.
I'm on like my 5th cup of coffee.
Johnny's going to be up for a while doing this.
It seems like it.
Hey, I
you
got
guys
Monday
know how
off.
addicted to building characters I am. Come on.
It's a good thing we don't have like a character creation screen in Baldur's Gate 3. We could sit here for hours just perfecting each one.
Hmm.
I wonder if I could make a Timothy Chalamet look alike.
I keep
on
getting
Baldur's
a
Gate 3.
sorry. It looks like your session has expired.
In what?
Roll 20.
Really?
Yeah,
That's weird.
I'm just gonna refresh and see if
I
that
didn't know a
fixes it.
session could expire in Roll20.
Yeah, really?
Apparently, it logged me out. That's why.
Oh.
Huh. All right, Grim, how many do you want to do?
I don't know how many are left.
Math is not a strong point.
I mean, how many were there? 20-some?
22. Hadlin's got 5. You've got 1, so it's 6. I've already renamed 6, so it's 12. So we should have 10 left.
Yeah, it looks like there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, you have 10 left.
Yay, math!
Hmm.
How many you want?
I'll take 5, I guess. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but we'll cross that bridge when I get there.
Should we make like a cook and, those kind of people?
Yeah, you're welcome to. Right now, the plan was just the rations, which you guys have stored up on. But if you want to get a cook, you definitely could.
I know. I'll take care of the cook.
Hmm.
And you will love it. It's gonna be amazing.
You're gonna create like a clone of Blint, aren't you?
No,
Okay.
no, you'll dig it.
Just ask
You'll
Blake
like
to
this.
get on the boat. Can't we just bring him?
I mean, we could.
You have to ask him. He would be separate from the ones found for crew.
To ask him, we can tell him. Hey, Here.
Mm.
now.
He's on the
How
same
would you
level
like to be on a
as
cruise
Rom.
ship? Yeah, he got promoted, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. How would you like to work on a cruise ship, Blint? You'll have your own kitchen and everything.
All right,
Probably
that's
burn the
5 for
ship up.
Drum.
I'll be right back. I need a drink refill.
All right, so that should be all of them assigned. Okay. All right. Now, Finn, as far as rolling stats on these guys, just do it right here and roll 20, or you mind if I just use dice so that we don't have like bloop, 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 bloop,
You
bloop,
can use dice.
sounding like a machine gun. Nice.
Cool, they all have 20s in every stat. That's amazing.
My God, I've never been that lucky.
Their stats will be a little different though. It's not going to be 4, or it'll just be the 3 that you roll. So we're not dropping the lowest. You can still re-roll ones, but just roll 3d6s, and one set, whatever the set is going to be the one for them.
Okay. Reroll that one. 2, it's so much better. Ugh, 8. 10.
I have a feeling it's going to be quiet now with everyone working on character sheets. So we might just end the stream, but then we'll hang out and finish this. But yeah, I think we're good to call it. You guys have your kind of task, right, on what to do, and then as a quick view, I'm working on this. I'm going to finish it up actually this weekend. Probably tomorrow, actually. It is the start of your Zephyr map.
Oh, nice.
So that's the crow's nest at the top. Kind of the slight elevation on the main deck where you have your wheel and stuff like that. That's the main deck with different quarters in here. So towards the back is going to be Hadlin's quarters, the captain's quarters. Second level is largely going to be storage, and third level is going to be the cabins and stuff for you guys. So still working on it, but just to give you guys a little view into it.
So when the entire crew is halflings, so that none of them roll ones.
I mean, if that's what you guys want to do.
Just putting that idea out there, guys.
All right. So we'll end the stream here. I don't know if you guys want to hop into the Discord and then we can chat more.
Yeah, we can go over there.
Yeah, and then if anyone else wants to hop into the Discord, feel free. But we'll end the stream there. So thank you guys for watching. Next week we should have the next session one way or another. We will have it. So, all right. Any last words from anyone before we end it? I'll just kind of do it generic here.
Don't be surprised when there's 5 dwarves in band. HAS, Adelin's Adventure Squad.
Oh my god. Okay, I want to see that. All right. Everyone have a great rest of your